What's the worst excuse for cheating? Before we start with the first story, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Number 20. She's your twin. Does it really count as cheating? I dated a girl with an identical twin. One night, I came up behind her, wrapped my arms around her, and planted a gentle kiss on her neck. Normally, she liked that a lot, but this time she said, "What the f*** are you doing?" It was her twin, so embarrassed lol. Luckily, they both saw the funny side because it's happened before. Number 19. I was looking for an excuse to break up. If you want to break up, why don't you just break up? Seriously, why add more drama into the mix? Number 18. I thought it was funny you didn't know. Yep, that actually happened to me. Kind of a similar vein, my ex looked me square in the eyes and said, "I knew it would hurt you, but I didn't think it would hurt you this much." Number 17. I know nobody will read this, but I just got out of an 8-month relationship that ruined my life completely. The straw that broke the camel's back was her excuse for cheating on me. She admitted to me that she slept with her ex during the time I was visiting my parents in another state. Her excuse for cheating was, "I wanted to see if you loved me enough to stay after I did it." So that's probably the dumbest f***ing excuse I've ever heard for cheating. Thanks for reading. Number 16. I thought about you the whole time. Never understood that one. It makes it worse surely. Number 15. You never make effort for me. You're always wearing comfortable underwear and never the sexy type, which is a turnoff for me. Number 14. I met a guy like this once. He told me, a complete stranger he just met 2 minutes ago. My wife is always so jealous. I'm Italian, we're flirty, it's in our nature. I told her so many times, it's not a big deal. Why doesn't she also cheat on me? I first thought he was only talking about hugging/flirting, but like half an hour later he went to some random girl, while his wife was in the same room, and asked her, "Hey, I'm Luca, not his real name. Do you want to F me?" Edit. To clarify, this was an actual Italian in Italy, not an Italian American. His wife is Asian. He thought I could relate to him because my wife is Asian as well. I couldn't. Number 13. I performed a soul retrieval on him and discovered that he was my soulmate for thousands of past lives and thousands of lives into the future. I was told this out of the blue after a 21-year relationship and 18 years of marriage with 2 small children. Number 12. You know how I love my dog? I want to pet it every day. But when I see another dog, I want to pet it too. It doesn't mean I don't love my dog. I just stared at her and said, "Did you seriously just compare me to your dog?" Also, same girl, but it was just part of a pagan ritual. That doesn't count. We actually sat down to discuss what counts as cheating after that. She asked if she managed to project her consciousness into a cat, would it be cheating to be with another cat? Because she was always curious about what it feels like for cats. I told her that if she managed to project her consciousness into a cat, she should come to me so I could pet her before she went off to have sex with other cats. Needless to say, that relationship didn't last. I thought, what am I doing with this crazy girl? I want to get married and have kids, and that's never going to happen with her. I met my wife a few months later, and we have 2 kids together. Number 11. I thought y'all were friends. An actual quote from an ex was my immediate response. How the F does that make it any better? She had absolutely no reply, just sat there with her jaw dropped like she was waiting for another to come flying into the room. Number 10. One that I heard from a former marriage counselor was a woman who claimed her husband was so affectionate, hardworking, and considerate, she developed an inferiority complex and dealt with it by cheating. Number 9. The lights were off, I couldn't see. I actually know a guy whose wife used this excuse. He literally caught her blowing him. She said that she thought it was him, and they are still together. Number 8. In college, my friend was dating a girl. She was very free-spirited and fun. I had a project I was working on, and part of it needed to be painted nicely, and she was a great artist, and offered to do it for free. The part was at my parents' house about 2 hours away, so she suggested a road trip to go get it. Sure fun. The whole time she came on to me, flirted with me, touched me, the whole deal. I finally asked her what the f*** was up with her. She point blank told me she wanted to cheat on her boyfriend with me. I asked why, and she told me that she liked to cheat in relationships because it gave her leverage if her partner cheated on her or hurt her. Weirdo. Number 7. I think the first one was, I'm sorry, this was my first girlfriend from high school. Not a 6-month relationship. The second girl said, you should understand. I mean, look at you, then look at me. This was just before I dropped out of high school, and she was the hot popular girl in senior year while I was just some short but skilled basketball player year and a half. The third girl cheated on me while I was at my best friend's funeral several hundred miles away. Her dad, who he lived with, caught her and called me. I never heard what she had to say about it since I'd blocked her on everything, and whatever voicemail she left was erased immediately. This one hurt the most cause her dad was amazing and was the closest thing to a father I ever had. 2 years. Fourth girl a couple years after that was probably actually psychotic cause when I caught her cheating, never said anything but got dressed and left. Then she had me jumped a couple days later and laughed as it happened. 1 year. Fifth girl, I found out I was her backup while her main man was working out of state and saw her on the weekends. He did not know about me. I really thought I found the one with this one. I was a couple kid from buying a house and engagement ring. And then she saved me a lot of money. 3 years. So yeah, every girl I've ever dated has cheated on me. I quit dating after the last one. It was the worst. It's been about 5 years or so. I'm lonely, but I'd rather that than be cheated on again. The last one was the worst pain I'd ever felt and genuinely thought about eating a bullet for a while. But if her and every single one of those, they won't get the satisfaction of breaking me. Number 6. She thought she had my permission. About 4 release week, I told her I was going to be staying home that weekend to play as much as I could. She asked what she was supposed to do, and I told her to go out with her best friend, girl, and have fun. She f***ed her best friend's roommate. The cherry on top was she admitted she was f***ing this guy for a while, so every time she did spend the night over there, she was cheating on me. Her best friend's boyfriend was the one who told me about it, how she always talked shit about me to Mike and basically set them up and encouraged the cheating. He and I are still friends to this day. Number 5. I am happily married now to a wonderful guy, but prior to I was cheated on twice. High school boyfriend's excuse, I used to be fat and insecure, and it felt good knowing another woman besides you wanted me and I didn't want to disappoint her. College boyfriend's excuse, you were too busy taking your mom to chemo treatments every Friday, so I felt ignored. Number 4. This one happened to a good friend of mine. I was with him just after this little gem was dropped on him. Took him some time to recover. I actually wasn't cheating on you. I was dating other guy first, so I was actually cheating on him. Madam President of the Society of Pedantics didn't see an issue with what she said. My friend is doing well. He stopped dating for a while to focus on himself and improving his own situation. It's a little over a year after the breakup with his ex, and he's doing well in life. To everyone who has had a similar / the same thing happen to them, I'm so sorry. You deserve better. Remember, you are loved, and there are people who genuinely love you in your life. If you have someone in your life that fake loves you, you don't deserve that, and they don't deserve you. Number 3. I noticed that instead of saving money, we were losing about $6,000 of our savings per month. We had a specific dollar goal to put a down payment on a house. When I looked into it, I found out my ex-wife was spending over $6,000 a month. She got upset and said that she should be allowed to do whatever she wanted to with our money. She had been buying random URL names in the hopes one would be the name of an up-and-coming business that would have to buy it from her. Like a patent troll, but with websites. I have been working my ass off picking up extra work travel to save money for us, and then took up even more work trips to make up for the losses and get us back on track to buy a home. After that, whenever I returned home, she was cold and distant. I tried to be affectionate to her, and she told me to hook up with other women while on my work trips because she wasn't in love with me anymore. She said she loved me like a cousin, hoped we could continue being married, but in a non-traditional way. Meaning she could still spend all my money lol. When I found out she had been cheating, she said that she stopped loving me when I criticized her use of our savings and then started traveling more, which gave her time to reconnect with an ex. She had broken up with the ex about 10 years prior when he became a pill-popping heroin addict. When they reconnected, he was clean, so she left me for him. So the reasons were: 1. I shouldn't have been upset about her using our savings to buy website names instead of a down payment on a house. 2. If I didn't get upset at the loss of all that savings, I wouldn't have picked up more work giving her the time and space to reconnect with her ex. And 3. She always loved him, and he was clean now. Number 2. Came home early from work to my last ex in bed with another guy. I wasn't trying to hurt you, I didn't think you would find out. I came home early because I spilled a fryer on my leg, and she ignored my call for a ride because she was busy being I'm still mad when I think about it. Man, I am sorry to hear about that. She's f***ing terrible, man. Number 1. I'll never forget my first semester in college. I met a girl in Psychology 101 that shared with the whole class that her boyfriend cheated on her. She said she was going to forgive him because his reason for cheating was because he had never slept with a black girl before and wanted to know what it was like. Takes him back only for him to start ticking off an attribute list. But I never slept with an Asian redhead, tall, athletic, butch, wealthy, mature, etc. He's got to complete his infinite poon gauntlet. And that's all the 20 best stories. If you have a similar experience about it, please let me know in the comment below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.